Have you ever wondered what you should have displayed on your bike computer screen? Or have you ever wondered what the pros actually have on theirs? Well, I don't know about you, but I am certainly a bit nosy and I would love to know. And today we are going to find out exactly what is on the Wahoo computer screen of none other than the Ironman 2022 world champion, Chelsea Sodaro. Let's go and find out. Okay, Chelsea, I know you've been a little bit nervous about this because Mark grilled you last year on what you had on your bike computer.
It looks clean.
But
really
sometimes
clean.
it doesn't look so clean.
Yeah. No, we have had some that are full of rubbish.
But I'm much kinder than that, so I am more intrigued as to what you have on your bike computer. This is not a test. I hope you've not been swatting up for a year.
This is a relief because last year I accidentally booked Airbnb without air conditioning. And then the guys came up, so I'm already sweating. And then the guys come over and they say they're gonna quiz me on my bike computer. So I'm sweating even more, like sweating buckets, trying to remember. And I didn't do a very good job.
You didn't do very well. I did actually just look it up before coming here.
A relief.
Yeah, there were a few sort of rooms for improvement. So I'm also intrigued to know if you've changed it. So I think I've remembered some of what you had. But,
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, but I know you put your screen on now. Is this your training screen or your racing screen?
This is my training screen, and I've actually been thinking about if I'm gonna change it for the race, because there's one piece of data that I definitely won't use, because I use like a special sensor in training sometimes, and I'm not gonna use it during the race. So I don't know, but I'm really comfortable like with where everything is right now. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, start us off. What's at the top?
Watts, just watts. The 3 second watts.
3 second watts.
I'm told that's like the best choice for reliability and not jumping around too much.
Okay, so we're still the same on that. What comes next?
Then we have
you can look.
we have total ride time, and then average power. We have kilometers, so distance, and then like kilometers per hour.
Okay,
everything is metric for me, actually.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
I know, and my coach is British.
Yes.
And so he does everything in kilometers. And
well, I like this. I mean, some of our viewers will like this. Some will be like, can you give us?
And also, like Ks are more rewarding because you get more of them.
Yeah, you get there quicker.
Yeah,
definitely. I tick them all far sooner.
Yes. Okay. Then I have RPM and heart rate and average speed.
Okay.
And then I also have SMO2. So I use a Moxie sensor for like muscle oxygen and training, which is new this year.
Yeah.
Which I won't be wearing in the race. So maybe I'll delete that.
Okay, but then everything will be shuffled around.
Everything will be weird. Yeah. I'm like, it's so amazing how attached we get to this.
It is.
Right?
But when you're like, what are the numbers you're really interested in, say, on race day? Because that's your training setup. But are you going to be really just focusing on the watts, or will you be looking at heart rate? Does that matter when you're out in the heat?
Yeah,
what are you really watching?
Totally. I'm actually looking at like a few different metrics. Of course, I'm looking at my power because I train off of power quite a bit, and then I'm checking it with my heart rate to make sure that the effort is right. But also speed. I think so many triathletes are like just focused on their power and making sure they're in the right zones, but like the goal is to go fast.
Oh yeah.
So I'll be looking at my speed too and my average speed.
Okay. I mean, that one I'm slightly curious on as well, because obviously as a pro you've got a very different race dynamic to most people watching who are age groupers.
Sure.
And then almost speed is more important for you guys. You've got to react. Like, do you have caps on heart rate or caps on your power with how the race goes, or are you just like, I've got to stay in this chain, or what?
Yeah, I have an idea of where is optimal for me, but of course racing is so dynamic in the women's professional field right now that you have to make split-second decisions, and sometimes you have to exceed like your planned ranges for a little while to stay in the race or stay where you want to be.
And obviously you're not going to know, I imagine, your exact speed or your time for that, and I'm not going to ask you your power because maybe you don't want to say that before race day. But what's your cadence? What do you aim for average on that in a race? Like,
I'm like on the higher side with cadence, actually. I come from a running background, of course.
Yeah.
And so my cadence on the bike is quite similar to running. So I'm anywhere from like 85 to 95 revolutions per minute.
Like a professional cyclist, basically. and with heart rate, like when you're racing at Kona, it's much hotter than lots of places you do race.
Yeah.
Do you like allow for a certain amount higher than you would do normally in a race where it's cooler?
As far as like heart rate?
Yeah, your sort of heart rate, like, oh, I need to back it off kind of thing?
Yeah.
Or...
I've done a ton of training here. So I did a big training camp here a few weeks ago, and I do a lot of heat prep. So I kind of have my like ranges and zones for these conditions.
Okay, cool. Well, that all makes sense. Now, we can't finish this without talking a little bit about colour. Your nails are catching my eye. There, we're matching here, but that is sadly where I am because I do not have this wonderful wrap on my Wahoo Element Bolt. Tell me about this. Like, is this made just for Chelsea? Isn't it pretty?
I am feeling so spoiled, actually. I had this crazy idea that I pitched to Canyon to partner with me in elevating a nonprofit called And Mother. They give grants to postpartum female athletes. They lobby and advocate for maternal rights in this country, and they also help companies develop maternal protection policies. So it's quite near and dear to my heart, and luckily Canyon was on board with this. So we have this amazing rainbow explosion theme for my bike with these gorgeous pink details.
I think we can see it in the background. Yeah, I mean, we're going to get a closer look at that in a moment. That's beautiful.
And yeah, Wahoo has been generous enough to give me some bling. My only regret as a triathlete, I have to say, is that we don't get to wear proper bling when we race. Like, I wish I was a sprinter where I could just drip.
Do you know who does? Fenella wears, I think she does when she's training. She wears like a kind of gold chain. I don't know if maybe she does it when she's racing.
She's cooler than me, though. So anyway, Wahoo tricks me out a little bit with like,
that is very cool. It's a way to a girl's heart, isn't it?
Exactly.
Well, thank you for sharing all your data, and hopefully those numbers are telling you exactly what you want
Thank you.
on race day.
Yeah, me too.
Cheers, Chelsea.